Peace be still. For no weapon formed against us shall prosper.
No weapon formed against us shall prosper.
Peace be still. For the power of the ancestors flow through our veins.
Ashe. Peace be still. For no weapon formed against us.
Ooh. Another 150. Another $1.50. Yes.
It'll be my turn.
Right. No. Welcome.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
Yes. Welcome. Who we got in here with us?
Love to everybody that's in here. Seeing them. Thank you. Ashe. Oh.
May that return to you.
Yeah, multiplied. May that all return back to you multiplied in abundance.
Yes.
Ashe.
Peace, Yona Corrector. Who else in here? Terica in here. Queen of Rise, peace to you. Thank you for the moderators showing up. Yeah. Terica, you be so on point. We appreciate you.
Peace, everybody.
Peace, Daniel.
Be Athena. Daniel.
Yes.
Yeah. Letting go.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. When I close my eyes, I open them. And sometimes when I channel, to me, my eyes are still closed. So, like, you get to a point where your third eye is so open, like, you don't even use your physical eyes the way you used to. It's so weird. But, yeah, I see you peep that. Peace, Eric.
Thank you for the healing vibes and the energy.
Tamani, peace to you.
To everybody. Yeah, we all need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what they say? I am D1. Ashe. Peace.
Ashe. Yeah. It's about to be one of those nights. And we wanted to start off giving honor to our ancestors, our galactic family, our higher self, the sacrifices that was made for us to all be here in this moment.
Yes.
Just giving honor to everything that we fucking been through because we appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
May they return to you 36 to 100 fold. Thank you. Peace, y'all.
May they return to you multiplied in abundance.
Our fellow awakening twin flame couple.
Yeah, that's David, ain't it?
Yeah. But yes, they are here with us. So this is a sacred space. Every single donation and exchange of energy and currency will be amplified for whatever your dreams and efforts are.
Yes.
They are supporting us.
Ashe.
I'm Khamsin the Oracle, in case you didn't know.
Yes, and I am Ernest.
And together we are Remnants Gathering.
Yeah.
Yes. Tonight was inspired by so many events. I don't even know where to begin. You know, Ashe, thank you. May they return to you, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Yeah, multiplied in abundance. Yes.
Ashe.
Yes.
Like, we getting it in over here, like, for real. We
Ashe,
get it. We doing the work together, right? So.
But it's going to be hard tonight. It's going to be hard tonight.
Yeah, we you know.
It's been hard.
I'm in full dark goddess form
Ashe.
for tonight.
Ashe, Jennifer.
Because when you look at what's happening in the conscious community, it makes you see how really real shit is and how really real it's getting. There is no more grace for bullshit. That's gone. There is no more lying. It's gone.
No more false self.
No more false self. No more hiding. Like, everything just is what it is. So it appears to be much darker than it's always been, but it's simply that the darkness has finally been exposed. So that we can integrate and heal and stop bypassing, repressing, suppressing, being forced to conform and control. You know, I feel like, let me just a little bit, can we do that? I feel like the astrology for tonight is going to make shit make sense, because every single thing happening in the world, and specifically in the conscious community, I have predicted accurately. You can go back as far as you want to, whether I was a Christian, a Hebrew Israelite, or a spiritualist, everything has been accurate. So today, I said, oh, our masculines are being purged, and at the same time, they're purging toxicity. The war on consciousness is taking place. And at the same time, the astrological alignment, we're getting hit with so much dark energy, gamma rays, ultraviolet rays, plasma, because we set the fucking alarm clock in the cosmos to wake us up. Now, I'm not an astrologist. In case you didn't know, I keep it real. I'm not even finna sit up here in front and act like every metaphysical, no. But when my heart speaks, and when I see my masculine embodiment experiencing things, I know it's not just us. Right? So let's talk about it, because this is a very long show. I was blown away by this. So you see from the title, these are the rules of engagement when you are in war in the underworld for your consciousness and sovereignty.
Yes. I think that old song by Goody Mob said it got us fighting for our spirit and mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you are not alone.
But we in control.
You are not alone. We know that they don't really care about us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say on the side, my side, we know what's up.
Yeah.
I'm a Dale, all of that shit, all of that's energy. It don't even matter.
We are so powerful.
What is being said. When we speak, our soul speaks, and it goes out into a reality that is anti-soul. And we're creating a reality that will be anchored in the soul's energy. And it will not be siphoned.
We so powerful, y'all. I'm talking to myself.
We gotta stop being afraid.
We so fucking powerful.
To just be who the fuck you was always supposed to be. That's it. So stars, go tell the story. I'm gonna let him read. I will be channeling tonight. I am sure of that. So I have no clue what you're gonna hear, what you're gonna get. But we're gonna go on this journey together, and I am just gonna fully allow myself to be of assistance to the collective. All right. So I may not be watching the chat as much. We will try to check on the chat, but we're gonna go through this. You might want to take some notes. I hope that you all are journaling. I hope that you all are doing self-love work and shadow work. I hope that you all are investigating all of your thoughts, because we got to figure out whose thoughts is whose. Because every emotion and every thought that you feel does not belong to you. So, you have to be able to isolate what's mine. That's my shit. Okay, that's being projected. Sometimes he project his shit. Sometimes it's my shit. Just isolating, because for the very first time, we are meeting ourselves. And for the very first time, we are really hearing our thoughts. We're just now meeting ourselves. How crazy is that? No matter how old you are. We're meeting ourselves. We're meeting our potential.
Yeah.
We're realizing our limitations, our weaknesses, our wounds, so that we can perform alchemy.
I say.
I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
And I'll just jump on if I need to.
Okay. Full moon, September 2021. And there's the astrology. The September 20 full moon at 28 degrees 13 Pisces is conjunct Neptune and opposite Mars. But as the chart will explain, these aspects are over 5 degrees orb, and so are only very weak influences on the full moon. A much stronger influence on the full moon astrology comes from the planetary aspects to Mercury because they are under 1 degree. In fact, Mercury trine Jupiter has an orb of only 0 degrees at 0,1. Full moon meaning. Sun opposite moon brings your home, family, and intimate relationships into sharper focus for the following 2 weeks of this moon phase. Opposing forces such as work versus home or what you need versus what you want create inner tension and external pressures. This can lead to conflict and crisis that will drain your energy. The lunar qualities of emotion and instincts reach their peak at a full moon. So use your increased emotional strength and intuition to overcome any relationship challenges. Subconscious awareness allows for an impartial and balanced look at your personal relationships. You will clearly see any relationship dynamics or negative feelings causing disharmony.
We've been there. We've been deep in the crux of it. And literally, Ernest has tried to run a couple of times, and I'm like,
I've tried to backslide.
no.
I tried
We're
to
gonna
regress.
sit in this together.
But after coming out from the other side, it was real. It felt real good. I'll say that.
I had the damn near. I've been on that ass because when the hacking started happening, I'd be like, no. No, you wanted a woman who was not afraid to go in the darkness with you. So
I want to self-soothe. Yeah.
Don't try to cope
on all of the things that is not beneficial and that is counterproductive in our relationship.
Absolutely.
And it's hurtful to her.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We got to be real, y'all. You cannot heal until you be real. That's just it. So if you're having a hard time healing, it's because you have not yet come to the full realization that realization requires you to be real. And a lot of us have been numb because of our trauma. So the astrological aspects is bringing it out, whether you want it to or not. And we know we got a lot of planets in retrograde, and we got Mercury getting ready to go in there too. So how you talk to each other, how you talk to yourself, all of that, just know that you are either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. There is no in between. You're either doing 3D shit, 5D shit. You either creating heaven on earth or you're participating in hell on earth. It just is what it is. It's no judgment. It just is what it is, you know? So if you're having a hard time healing and having a hard time dealing, it's probably an area where you're not being real, that wants to be acknowledged.
Yeah, that's, I seen the compliment, and I'm going to get back to the read. You say your realness made them run. Yes. I was doing an exercise, and that was one of the things that I come to realize about myself as it relates to some things that I don't like about Cam. And so in this exercise,
I'm the one that brought it up though.
I
was like, hey, write down all the shit you don't like about me. I found a whole exercise that we can use as a template. Let's work this through. You know?
And so that just brought that to mind, because the things that I don't like about her is the things that really build me up, the things that help me to be better, the things that'll challenge me, the things they'll cause me to look at myself, the things that basically everything that would on the flip side cause me to run. You know what I'm saying? But it's what's helping me. And so those things right now is the matter of choice. Either you're gonna decide to go head first into it, or you're gonna turn and run. and don't give up on him. I say don't give up on him. He running, but he not running from you. He running from himself. Cause I wasn't running from her. I'm running from myself.
Ooh, and
You know what I'm saying?
I was, woo, boy, I was catching every one of them. And I'm like, there go another lie. You literally just lied to me three times in 24 hours. And that's just what I remember. Because there probably was a few others. I was just like, I'm going to let them slide. You got to pick and choose your battles, you know? Everything does not have to be warfare.
Yeah.
That's a choice. And you don't have to war the way people have always told you war is done. It is a choice.
Yeah.
We drummed in ancestors. We're choosing to war spiritually.
I see you, Queen. Yeah. Mercury aspects. Mercury trine Jupiter is an extremely powerful influence. It brings optimism, generosity, good luck, and good news. Good instincts, future-oriented, and positive thinking make this an excellent time for socializing, research, study, and making plans. Open-mindedness and a progressive outlook enable you to increase your general knowledge and expand your horizons. Particular areas of interest include religion, law, language, and philosophy. This is also a good full moon for setting off on a journey, especially long-distance travel. Making friends comes easy, and mutually beneficial partnerships can prove profitable in the future. Business dealings and legal matters should go well, and this is the ideal time for entering into negotiations and for signing contracts. Mercury square Pluto at 0 degrees 48 is a challenging influence, but is much weaker than Mercury trine Jupiter. It brings deep thinking and intense interactions with others. This is a good influence for research and investigations, but extremism and conspiracy theories should be avoided. I don't think it's that many conspiracy theories. Arguments.
It's a few. We know the ones that be conspiracy and the ones that be shit they don't want you to know is true. Yeah. So just make sure that you're discerning what's what.
That's right.
Like you wouldn't believe how this energy is causing people to masquerade themselves. And I get it. We've all done it. We all have a false self avatar that we created to get through this world. So yes, you wanna make sure that you're digesting and actually discerning information that you're researching. So yeah, just some shit it would serve you well to avoid, because researching conspiracy theories can also be a way that you spiritual bypass to not deal with your own shit, to not deal with what's happening with you. So if I'm researching a conspiracy theory, I want to see how it's impacting my life before I even do a decoding or any of that. So that's why when y'all see, I don't do that shit just because it's fun and I can. I do it because I know the transmutation is possible with the information I'm researching. So just discern your information. The same way we got to screen and filter the food we're putting in our mouth, we have to do with information.
Mercury square Pluto again.
Arguments.
Arguments are conflict and possible if you use coercive tactics. I'm gonna read that again. Arguments and conflict are possible if you use coercive tactics. Jupiter semi-sextile Pluto at 0 degrees 50 helps you to transform the intensity of Mercury square Pluto into success with Mercury trine Jupiter. Increased power and influence, spiritual and personal growth, wealth creation, and professional advancement are all possible. Now, full moon September 2021 stars. Full moon September 2021 is at the end of the sign of Pisces.
Notice where it is. The full moon is at the end, and we just finished with the age of Pisces. So this is like that rebirthing of that energy, where we're being rebirthed again out of more of the illusion from the age of Pisces that kept us bound.
But it is the sky as shown below. It is located at the beginning of the constellation of Pisces. This discrepancy is due to the precession of the equinoxes. It has moved the sun signs almost a whole sign out of alignment with the constellations from which they were named over 2,000 years ago. The moon, although the full moon is in the constellation Pisces, the closest major fixed star is Beta Pegasi, Sheet. Moon conjunct fixed star Sheet at 1 degrees 26 is worry, loss, and gain of friends through criticism, danger of accidents, and by water.
Pay attention to people who are using criticism to gain followers as well. So this applies to the material world, the spiritual world, and this digital world too. So a lot of people are, that's why you see so many
Like cloud checks.
stuff popping up now, exposing people and stuff. Like people are building their following off of these criticisms, and it's really, really dangerous. And I might get into a little bit of that, some of the criticisms that some people are receiving in the community and for the shit they doing. And this never to excuse what they doing, but I want to shift the focus off of what we see happening and observing outside of us to you. And are you being a part of the issue or a part of the solution? And so I've been noticing people have been real judgmental and critical in the conscious community, to the point where I guess people don't feel comfortable being authentic. So yeah, that's how they build up their following. But be aware, it mentioned accidents and water. When we went out to do the DMX decoding, it was so many accidents, and it was crazy because one accident was damn near caused right in front of us by water in the street. It hadn't been raining or nothing. We was just like, it's just weird. And a car come flying through there, hit the water, and we just watching this shit spin out of control. And we just passed 3 freak accidents. So, it pays to pay attention.
I've seen it all week. And another thing with that,
and the water wars too. I told y'all about the vision, how they cremating, basically boiling down the bodies and putting them in the water system. We talked about that. I prophesied it, and I saw it 8 years ago, and I showed y'all that video. I went back and found it and made a whole new video, put it together, so y'all ain't even gotta go look for it. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's there. The information is there.
It behooves us to not allow any negative energy to fester because of the energy. Don't let any negative, don't allow yourself to fester in any negative energy. Pull yourself out of it as urgent as possible.
Once you got the lesson from it, because again, we don't want to run. We're not talking about running. It's a difference. You know when you have ran, you know when you're avoiding, and you know when energy is present because there is something for you to heal, and you need to sit with it.
I was talking about the ruminating part of it, just kind of like, yeah. Sheet at 29 degrees 40, Pisces causes extreme misfortune, murder, suicide, and drowning. It is possible for a positive influence to emanate from Sheet, but only for those people and having an effect on their mental creativity if these people are ready to receive such inflow. Constellation Pegasus gives ambition, vanity, intuition, enthusiasm, caprice, and bad judgment. The constellation portends events concerning ships and the ocean, and also changes in the weather. Mercury conjunct fixed star Spica, 0 degrees at 34. Now this is characterized by neat, tidy, clever, ingenious favor of clergy and people in authority, gained through investment, responsible position. Spica at 24 degrees 8. Libra gives success, renown, riches, a sweet disposition, love of art and science, unscrupulousness, unfruitfulness, and injustice to innocence. Spica is also noted for its spiritual and religious qualities. People with this star strong in their horoscopes do often do very often gain a high place in those fields of life. Psychic awareness is also above average.
Yep.
To Spiker at to Spiker,
The spike are ascribed
okay.
honors. Yeah.
Okay, the Spiker are ascribed honors and fame. Spiker is of marked good fortune for scientists, writers, artists, painters, sculptors, and musicians. Spiker means refinement. Such people have a noble bearing.
If you don't know where the placements of these stars are, that's fine, because again, I look for stuff that's not redundant and stuff we don't hear a lot. So this is from astrologyking.com. He goes more into the star systems and the way those stars are emanating energy on the planet and the way it affects us.
Jupiter. Jupiter conjunct fixed star Sadalsud at 0 degrees 9. Litigation, material and social success, difficulties in marriage, may marry abroad or a foreigner. Sadalsud at 23 degrees 41, Aquarius is the star of mighty destiny. It presages great honor and riches. Some modern astrologers assert that Sadalsud indicates trouble and disgrace. It is universally recognized as a sign of good fortune, but it should not be abused.
We've been seeing a lot of that, and because of the abuse, the disingenuousness, the trauma that has not been acknowledged and healed, we are seeing a lot of people take advantage of this good fortune. And I told y'all I'm going to post that channel message where Segment and Kali completely took over and gave a message. I had no fucking say so in any of it. I was witnessing to shit as I was saying, and I'm like, okay, I ain't even shared it yet because it hit so hard. And I was like, so many people, I watch people, and I know when people are taking advantage of their people, you know what I'm saying? And when they're presenting products and stuff, it's a vibe that I feel that I can't ignore. So I've been watching it, and I actually be interceding for people, you know what I'm saying? I don't be on no shit like trying to tear people down, because when you come into the conscious community and you think it's gonna be peace and unity, and it seems like it's more fucking war and conflict going on in the conscious community than it was in the world. And it's like, damn, what was the whole point of me even doing any of that? So you don't want to get lost in that. It's happening, but just know that astrology has an impact on us, and that the point of us showing this to you is that there's always two sides to a coin. And just because you're in the underworld don't mean you have to be of the fucking underworld.
That's right.
Right? It's a choice. You choose who you are, and you choose what vibration you would like to be your baseline vibration.
Gamblers especially should beware of taking foolhardy chances when planets are aspecting it by squares opposition. Water wars in astrology. However, care needs to be taken not to abuse any good fortune because of Mercury square Pluto. And the full moon aligning with the star Sheet brings some danger from water and general misfortune.
Now, this right here just points to you that this is the perfect time for you to be speaking gratitude in your water. We got to make sure that we're not going below the veil of consciousness in our day-to-day activities, no matter how mundane they seem. Know that everything that you do and combine your energy to is a ritual. It is a ceremony. And every fucking word that you speak is a spell. Everything that you write, it manifests something. We are so powerful, and our generators getting turned up, and we don't know how to maintain that amount of voltage. So as the feminine energy is sending this energy in for transformation and healing to happen, you have people looking to capitalize off of it. So like now more than ever, the astrology constantly mention water, and I've been constantly talking about water, matter, and mother. So you can see the mother is under attack. The very substance that gives us life, the very substance that we float inside of in the womb is water. The same substance that was used to baptize us, the same substance that was used to poison us and calcify our pineal gland, that same substance is life. And when you see an element being abused, when you see an element being used to subjugate
My life
people.
mosaic
Know
piece.
that that's happening inside of you as well. So your body is made up of mostly water. We've been talking about the aquatic consciousness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So this is, you really must train yourself to be like water. And so the Vedic astrology like confirmed it. It was like confirmation. Sweetheart, go sit down because I'm not going to be able to focus with you sitting here. Go upstairs with your brother or go watch TV or something.
The Vedic astrology. The sun moves out of Leo, his own sign, and into Virgo on September 16th, joining Mars and Mercury. This could add a good burst of power to whatever work is being conducted by Mars and Mercury in the upcoming month, as Sun transits Mercury's active Earth sign. Virgo and Capricorn are both feeling the amplification energy that Rahu throws out. Which could manifest as an oscillation between chaos and moments of innovative genius.
We've been watching this. Even with some of the geniuses in the conscious community, we see chaos coming through them as well.
Yeah.
You know? So again, we've been trying to be fucking sheep, trying to be light, trying to be love. Keyword is trying.
Yeah.
We've been emulating. We have been duplicating. We have not been creating and recreating, co-creating. It's a difference. And so this chaos is coming through. Chaos is genius. The very word that has association with chaos, which is demons, daemon, your inner genius. I mean, why would you be born in a world that wants to enslave you? Why would they tell you any of this? You know, they're not going to tell you.
Darkness.
That's old school.
Yeah. You're so right, though. The sun and Mars are great at focus and clarity. So this added fire energy in the workplace could be useful as long as the chaos doesn't create anxiety or panic that pushes that fire into aggression. With the sun in Virgo, the solar energy also beams into Pisces, Jupiter's water sign that can always use some focus. Wherever the Virgo and Pisces axis sits in the personal horoscope, this area of life could benefit from the strong Virgo flow at this time. Things may get a bit disorganized as the big work goes on, but keep your eye on the prize and pay attention to the details. Don't let small red flags become foundational flaws in the future.
Repeat, please.
Things may get a bit disorganized as the big work goes on, but keep your eye on the prize and pay attention to the details. Don't let small red flags become foundational flaws in the future. Take care of problems. Look at the numbers and execute plans that make practical sense.
And so this is why I've been stopping, like literally, again, he taught me this, you know? I told him today, I was like, look, I'm helping you catch the red flags because they become a part of the foundation. Y'all got to realize every time astrology mirrors what's happening inside of us and with the evolution of our souls and our consciousness, y'all got to remember that we co-created the fucking simulation.
We agreed to it.
Just by our agreement to be here. That makes us co-creators. Whether you want to be or not, you're co-creator. And whether you are being delivered or not, you are making an investment, you know? And so, like, this energy, I keep saying this energy, especially for those who just now started working with shadows and demons and darkness and dark goddesses and reprogramming the subconscious mind, it's all the same, right? The unconscious mind, you go into the archetypes of Carl Jung and how all of these gods and goddesses, they represent these different energies and these different currents and these different periodic elements on the periodic table. I mean, really, like, can you really count the stars? We can literally say that each star is its own sentient being that we could categorize as a god or goddess. But we're fallen stars. We're made up of the exact same thing that space is made up of. And if space, the cosmos, is a mirror reflection of us, then you know that if you do not catch this shit, because your body is made up mostly of water, and because of the manipulation of water and the frequency and the mind control manipulation, we're sitting under the shit right now. The devices we are using are at war with our consciousness.
That's right.
So you want to catch it before it get out of control. And I'm telling you, it's easier said than done, but it's possible, it's doable, and it must be done because we are at war. What are you going to be, a sitting duck? Or are you going to make a choice? And I know so many of us been in the sunken place. So we're afraid to choose because it seems like our choices don't be the right choices. Come away from the right and wrong. If you practice perceiving benefit in everything that unfolds, it gets easier to be real. So we're practicing back and forth. When the toxic masculine kicks in, we're practicing going back and forth. And I'm like, hey, what are you feeling? Why are you feeling that? Where did that come from? Well, is that true? Did you question it? Or did you just go with it? And we had a specific situation that happened. And I was like, yo, you literally like just pushed me in front of a bus that was coming to save yourself just now. Energetically. Your ego is trying to defend itself. Like you in full warfare with me, and the war ain't even with me.
Yeah.
The war is over our minds.
Yep.
And whether or not we're going to have control over ourselves. And because we have allowed ourselves to not be sovereign for so long because we're so fucking afraid of responsibility. We're so afraid of accountability. Trust and believe that these energies that's outside of the visible light spectrum at any moment, at any time, are more than happy to use your physical body, your voice, your chakras, your what the fuck ever, to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And it's happening all day, every day. That's why it seems like people are losing control. We're not losing control. We've been out of control. It's just now we not sleep.
That's right.
We lose it. So it hit different. And when you do it, it hit different. And you feel some kind of way. And if you got a spiritual ego, you go lie, you go deny. It's part of it. When you catch yourself doing it, just,
call it out.
Yeah, but not in a way to, I was just telling him, like, and you don't embarrass a child. So, like, if this is your inner wounded child expressing itself and coming to the surface, like, you call it out, but not in a way to, you ought to be shaming yourself. For a lot of us, that's our program.
Yeah.
So when you try to do this soul work, you're still coming with the wrong. When I come in dark goddess energy, this is a love energy that's so fucking deep and unconditional that I'm even willing to allow myself to swim in the fucking abyss of all of the shit we don't want to deal with to bring a message to the collective. And I'm willing to allow myself to go through it with this man so that I can get it firsthand. So I'm not telling y'all no shit that I heard. That's power.
Yeah.
And when the war is on your consciousness, that's not the kind of power that they want you to have. So I went into the Vedic astrology. After I went into the stars, I went into the Vedic astrology to see what is going on with the Vedic astrology. And so for me, I just like to use a lot of different modalities to divine the times, to plan my life. So the full moon, Pisces, okay. Uttara Bhadra is what it would be called in Vedic astrology. So this is from September 20th and forward.
After waxing past the file of planets that stretches from Leo to Capricorn, the moon becomes strong and full at 5 degrees of the sign Pisces on September 20th, tomorrow. The full moon is always in opposition between the sun and moon, which brings a state of shining light that reflects back and forth. With Mercury and Mars joining Sun in Virgo, this could be a good time to pause and reflect about how relationships are working, as well as to analyze and problem solve how to make things flow more smoothly. Mercury and Moon are planets associated with the mind, our intellect, and our emotions. Having these two eyes on how we may be asserting individuality too strongly, as Mars and Sun, could give good answers on how to dial back the I, me, and mine when it comes to matters of us.
And we definitely had that happen because he go into these. I don't know. It's like an I mode. I gotta preserve myself, and you fucking with me.
Self-preservation.
You fucking with me.
Yeah. I think yeah,
And I'm
the
like,
term
baby, this
that
us. This not you and me. And
right.
like,
It's us.
this is us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the term that I had came across and we talked about was it's called self-cherishing. And it's just where um your ego is holding on to the things that soothe it and make it feel good.
Even though it ain't useful to your higher
Right,
self or your
right,
present relationship,
right.
your life, your career, your dreams.
Right,
The ego is just a little kid inside of us that never grew up.
right. The nakshatra rulers of the sun and moon in this event also bring back this theme of collective versus self that could have been challenging in early August when the sun and Saturn came into opposition. Doubts that arose about relationships at that time could reemerge, as the moon in Uttarabhadra has Saturn's influence and the sun in Uttara Falguni is bolstered as it is a nakshatra ruled by the sun himself. This is a good time for an objective look at how we as individuals are acting within relationship and then to engineer the adjustments needed to fulfill both parties' needs.
Ooh, wow. Okay. So not only are we awakening, but for those of us who are in any form of relationship, you are being faced with this challenge of different ways of relating. And relating is different because the energy is different. This is not the same world we always been in. The energy is different. You can't you cannot deny really. Like I have been holding shit in for so long to where I felt like I was gonna explode. So we go talk about some of how this turmoil and the dark matter, the dark energy being activated, combined with people being targets because of whatever messages they're sharing. There are always gonna be adversarial energies to something that is trying to rebuild, and lay a new foundation. So I'm telling him the way that we have been relating with each other, it was a grace for us to relate that way.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So however you've been relating even to yourself, let's say you're not in a relationship, but you're working on healing your masculine, healing your feminine, so that you can come into a divine sovereign energy. You can't do that as long as you feel like you have to be concerned about what people think about your path. Like you can't do both. It's too much. And so if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's too much. 9 times out of 10, your higher self is over here like, this is shit right here we own. Your wounded inner child is like, you're not paying me no fucking attention, so I'm just gonna act up and cut up and attract shit into your reality to force you to pay me attention because I need to be reparented. I need to be remothered and refathered. You're ignoring me. Then you have the frequency war, right? That I can't even talk about too much, but just know that the shit that those of us who are doing this, that we go through in the background, it's shit straight out of a movie. It's shit so straight out of a movie. We literally just watched a movie last night and it seemed like it was a fucking documentary about us.
Facts. Oh, to give them
I
the
was
name,
like,
y'all gotta check out
what the fuck
name of the movie?
is going
Good
on?
Friend? What's the name of it?
Vacation. Vacation Friends.
Vacation Friends.
Check
something
that
like
out.
The one with John Cena and Lynn Whitfield and,
Yes.
and yeah.
That's
that
a
one.
perfect example
Yeah.
of what's happening. So there's this black couple and this white couple, and they going through the fucking struggles.
Yeah.
let's stop fucking faking.
Thank you, Corey.
Ashe, may I return
back
to
to
you.
multiplied in abundance.
Thank you, beautiful.
Yeah, you seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That
It's gonna
shit.
keep you laughing, but
That's really what
it's
it
metaphysical.
is.
Yes.
That is a deep metaphysical movie.
Yeah.
Most metaphysical lessons are in comedies and animations and sci-fi. So with that movie, like we've literally been having those experiences back to back, and just to see it all culminated in the movie, it really blew us away. And I knew the universe had us watching that because we've been struggling in our ability to bond. And so that's because what happens is when you
Somebody show the name of that movie, please.
When you start healing, and when you go into the subconscious realms and go into your abyss, your void, the shit that you ignored, the shit that was forced to be suppressed and repressed, the shit that you embarrassed to admit, the shit you're ashamed of, the shit that make you feel guilty. Like when you start working on that stuff, if your partner is not working on that stuff as aggressively as you are, then you're gonna feel the difference, first of all. And when you try to interact with each other energetically, it do this. And you don't, it's like two magnets, and you doing everything you can to force. I wish I had two magnets, but you're doing everything you can to be intimate and bond. And whenever we're talking about our couple shit, know that we're going through that as a couple externally, and we're going through it internally with our own masculine and feminine principles that we are seeking to heal and find balance from the programs that we came into. That programmed us to be inferior, to be people pleasers, to be so fucking nice that we don't even, real talk, Ernest nice as fuck, but he's mean as fuck too.
Yeah, that's that false self.
His name Ernest, he don't be being earnest about a lot of shit. He lie about a lot of shit. But I have to separate, wait a minute, this is his unhealed masculine. Okay, I ain't gonna hold it against you. I see you. I see you. Give me a moment. Sometimes I be like, give me a moment. Now, baby, when you ready for me to address this, I will like literally do surgery. We can do brain surgery. Like we can do it. Heart surgery. Is it your heart chakra? Like what is it? We can get it in, baby. I'm gonna get bloody with you. I'm gonna get bloody with you. I chose you.
We go there.
I chose you. You hurt me right now. You keep energetically doing shit, lying, saying shit. You're triggered. You're really, really triggered. If you feeling some shit about the feminine, is there a part of you that hate black women? Is there a part of you that hate what we represent? Not what we've been sold and told. I'm talking about dark goddess, EU melanin, 9 ether, deep trauma, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the deeper the roots. But that shit don't feel good when you've been under a patriarchal energy that arrested your development, and you don't have the emotional maturity and resilience to deal with your woman. So you don't know what to do but to push her away. So he may not be saying anything, but energetically, and to find that the astrology explained it, I was like, oh, you know, thank goodness. I stayed up to 7 o'clock in the morning, putting the show together for tonight. Making sure that I researched every single thing to make sure before we brought a message to y'all that it was going to be accurate and what we need. This is what we need. We need to heal, y'all.
That's it.
Like what we see going on with, like, you know, I don't say names, but shit, we all know. I shared it on a community tab. Like what we see. I hear people wonder, well, what's your perspective on what's happening with young Pharaoh? We kind of talked about with Brother Polite situation. I kind of saw some of that coming. But what? Thank you. Well, this is my position on all of the melanated men right now who are dealing with some type of accusation of hatred, and whether it's in the form of words or actions, abuse. We see police reports, investigations, all that's happening. We just read the astrology to y'all. So now you can make sense of it on a cosmic level, what's happening, right? So from dealing with my own wounded masculine, I'm going to perceive things differently because I've healed a whole lot from what I went through with the masculine. So it helps for me to not take shit personal that he do. And I know that it's more so about him than me. And so if you know, so when I see other people chaos starting to spill out, And people are like, oh my gosh, I think he's having a nervous breakdown. Oh my gosh, he's been cloned. Oh my gosh, he's losing his mind. Oh my gosh, he's on drugs. Oh my God. No, this is the war on consciousness. It don't matter which modality, tool, practice is used. It is a war on consciousness. And it is a war to separate us so we don't become whole, so we don't become sovereign, so that you don't be a whole motherfucker. You know how powerful you become when you become whole, when you take your darkness and take all your shit that people made you feel like you should be bad about, and you grab that shit and you bring that shit right here. You know what I'm saying? And you like, no, fuck that. This right here is a part of my journey. This is a part of me. I'm not doing that no more. I told him, when you lie and you fuck up and you go into that because he'll go below the veil of consciousness, and then he'll be operated on the program. And he created a whole narrative. And I'm like, how did you create this story? Like, you're so fucking creative. It's amazing. So now what happened now? I be having to ask what happened. Because the shit is like, Mercury ain't even retrograde yet. But shit's like, I'm saying one thing, he's hearing something else. He's saying one thing, but really saying something else. Then he tried to backpedal. I mean, y'all gotta witness this shit. Sometimes I record it and I'll just upload shit and let y'all just hear the conversation so that you can see it being acted out. So, I remember being in relationships with men with very similar wounding and past trauma, allegedly, that some of these men have experienced, whether it's being molested or sexually abused or just being exposed to sex too soon, whether it's having to deal with the fact that anytime you walk out of your door, you could be shot and murdered. We're dealing with the fact that you've done your research, you know the history. You're like, that shit sticks with you when you see your ancestors hanging from trees like fucking strange fruit. That shit don't leave you. That shit sticks with you when you know that boys that look like your fucking son get murdered every day, but you feel powerless to do anything about it because they have their secret societies, they have their cults and their organizations and their laws to enforce them. One thing that they do, they unite. They don't snitch on each other and they stick together. Now, they can be dangerous too. Again, nothing is one thing. Nothing is good and bad. Nothing is black and white. Like, that's 3D Earth shit. We multidimensional now. So you should be seeing things from many different angles and perceptions. So I see pain. When I see a man screaming, as a dark goddess, I see pain. I see unprocessed trauma.
That's what it is. Yeah, and the hard part for us men most of the time is acknowledging it because we don't want to be seen in that way. Like she said, the false self, the grand avatar is what we put on. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, well, I'll be real. It's cool, it's cool. But to an extent, we all have a false self. And depending on the level of trauma that you done experienced is probably how much that false self is operating most of the time.
Absolutely. So, like, look, y'all know my story. Y'all know, like, my birth family. I have an adopted family, a birth family, a galactic family who visits me. You know what I'm saying? Ancestors who visit me. You know, y'all know my story. I've been really transparent about it. So my false self, it had to die a long time ago. Like, when I channeled that false self invocation, it's kind of like an evocation because you're getting rid of some stuff, but you're also bringing some stuff in. Go back and check that out. I even been thinking about getting it printed up, and let it be a scroll. But like, y'all wasn't really fucking with it like that. If you look at the comments, the views, I was like, okay, well maybe it was hit or miss, or maybe it just wasn't. People weren't ready to murder the false avatar they've been using.
Aries, Adora. Yeah, may they return back to you multiplied with abundance. Yes.
So I get with a man whose false self has a fortress around it. I'm like, how the fuck do I love you when you resent the feminine? How the fuck do I love you when you won't let me near you? And I'm not talking about physical. I can have any man that I want. I know this for a fucking fact. But sometimes something happens and he cannot see me. I have seen this. It is like possession. So you're dealing with these ghosts of your past. The shit that was in cute little compartments. You remember on Ghostbusters how the motherfuckers kept getting out and like running a havoc in the city? We're there. Did you not feel the legions of dark energies come in? We're there. There is no more Maya. There is no more illusion. And for a lot of us, illusion was our drug, and now we're being pulled off of it. And it don't even feel like we got a chance to wean down. It's just like, damn, you get me hooked and then you take it away.
Man, straight withdrawals.
And so I told Ernest, I was like, don't get on here tonight and let your false self be what speaks to people. People need to feel real. Or we will not be able to face and deal with the mental instabilities. It's being caused by so many things. I found a map that was created by somebody who'd been tracking all of the corporations, all of the patents, all of the projects, all of the occultists, all of the people that created certain secret societies that stay in power. And I'm looking at this map. Matter of fact, when we finish the show, if you can remind me, I'm going to send this to you. And I know some of you are going to say, well, some of this stuff might be the Q stuff. And I say to you, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. You discern shit for yourself first. See, we're not following trends. We're not fucking following anymore.
Right.
We're being called to do something we ain't never did. Be fully accountable for all of your actions, all of your thoughts, all of your deeds. Own all of your shit, even the stuff that you might not feel like you really did. Acknowledge in some kind of way I was a co-creator in this experience. And if I acknowledge it, then I will be able to do something about it. Okay?
Are you talking about these Indigo God Bros?
Oh yeah, these Indigo God Bros are really special. They help to they help to protect your frequency from the mental consciousness hacking that's going on. Yeah. We just marked the prices down, so they'll be gone soon. And so if it's resonating with you, go ahead and check them out on the website, read out about it on the blog, and this is like, we're very intentional about what we do. However, sometimes he's less intentional, and I know that's because, and it was revealed today, because I was like, dude, there's a deep hatred that is coming up that you feel, and I don't know how to process it. I was like, I'm out of place. I usually have something new on my playbook. I have nothing left. I don't know what to do for you. I don't know what to do for us. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to enable you in no bullshit. I'm not going to take advantage of you and disempower you. Because for me to have the opportunity to see you have your trauma come to the surface like that, and to see how hurt men have been hurt. They have been hurt. I went through some of the hurt. I did the Why Black Men Hate Black Women. Why Black Women Hate Black Men. Go back and watch those videos. Even as I was going through religion, I was picking up on all of the different ways that we have been engineered. Remember, engineering came up in astrology to hate each other. Me and Ernest not past that. Because we are incarnated as melanated beings, And because the cells
It's
inside of our bodies
it's in
are
our
going
gene.
through like these transformational fucking supernovas, and our DNA is creating new strands and shit, like that's a lot of power that you got to learn how to control. So like no, there is on the 5D earth, there is no disempowered intimacy. Like you're not, you can't even, I don't even want you touching me in an intimate way unless you real and in your fucking heart. Don't bring to me the bullshit that keeps you bondage. Don't bring it to me. And we in that place. That's a hard place for a man to be in. So whether men are in relationships or not, they are feeling this. So what you see is the pain and the sadness. But society told men that it looked weak as fuck and homosexual and gay, and you a punk for being emotional, for being sad. Don't cry. Boy, you better stop crying. Wipe your face. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Because the slave masters did it to us. And even before that, even before we got colonized, there's a lot of shit going on in the old worlds that we're having to heal.
Ashe. Thank you, one Miss Love and Life.
Ashe.
Yeah.
May that return to you. Blessings and abundance.
Yes.
This is everybody looking for something real. We looking for real food. We looking for real water. We looking for real niggas. We looking for real women, real goddesses. We looking for give me the shit that's real.
That's right. That's what we want.
But then when it hits, you fold. That's because you have not tapped into your dark side. You ain't went into your subconscious mind. You don't know yourself. So of course you go fold because you have yet to even meet the power that is within you. And so it's gonna get worse before it get better.
Oh yeah, she helping me.
It's gonna get worse before it get better. For the other people out there who dealing with masculines who are healing, like this is what it is. I didn't even think like, do I need to do a one-on-one? You know what I'm saying? Or do I need to do a mentorship program? Like what can I do?
You can definitely give insight.
Yeah.
All of that. Yeah.
So that's what we gonna keep doing. So even like on Patreon, a lot of stuff we putting on there, like y'all get this shit like hot. Like straight out the skillet. Hot. It be just coming in. I'd be like, boom. Like I don't call myself the dark triple dark goddess for no reason. Like this shit be coming, it be coming to me and it be hitting me. I don't be sleeping and shit for days at a time. Like when you doing the work for real, he feeling left behind, and I'm like, my nigga, come with me. But the wounded inner child is like, I can't trust the feminine though. The womb space wasn't safe. The upbringing was dysfunctional.
The relationships
just further proved.
Added
and
fuel
now
to
I gotta
it.
realize that I'm the one attracting this shit. So now I gotta be accountable for some shit that I thought the devil was doing to me. Gotta blame somebody, because I'm not used to taking accountability. I mean, there's no Jesus for me to put it on anymore. I can't tell you that's your problem. You need to pray about it anymore.
I can't cast my cares onto him no more.
Got nobody to blame shit on. Ain't no scapegoat no more. Like, yo, is this what awakening was about? Like, we was so excited about this age of Aquarius shit. Like, whoa. I know the divine feminine is rising, but damn, I didn't know she was dark. Oh, you thought she was light-skinned? Go make you comfortable. And her hair wasn't kinky. No, she's black. And her hair is full of kinks and coils so that she can connect to the ethers, so that she can pull down information from the cosmos and help. This is why they do not want black and brown to come together and really fucking get down with it. We can get down with it. The shit that is happening to us is happening to us because the only way we are going to cultivate a new earth and anchor a new energy is for us to stop fucking being bullshitting as lying as, fake as, can't be real, because I'm so fucking afraid and fearful that if I be real, my realness might scare you away. I'm like, I'm not doing that with you. We've done that. That grace is over. Kuan Yin is posted up in our house. We got an altar for her too. But she ain't here right now. Mercy ain't what we need. We need power. And we got it. But what do you think a 15-year-old go do with a Lamborghini? They ain't used to that kind of horsepower. They not used to that kind of speed. You not used to your shit manifesting like that. You not used to having a thought and goddamn that thought create an argument. You're like, damn, I just had a thought. Like, what the fuck? I know. He'd be like, damn, oh, she ain't listening. And I'd be like, I heard that. What? I ain't say nothing. I'm like, no, you're thinking it. Your whole energy is like, you're creating a vortex. And so whatever you choose to marinate in, don't let your fucking mind be hijacked. That's your shit. Take your shit back. You tell your mind, no, we healing. That voice right there, that's a voice from somebody that abused me when I was little. It's a ghost. So I don't have to let it be how I feel. That was a thought. I observed it. I'm done with it. I choose something different. It's a matter of choice. But because he felt victimized by feminine energy, he don't have no full control over that shit coming up because he has not been able to face it and deal with it. So Cosmo's like, it's all right. We'll bring it out. And I told him, we agreed to this. He's like, well, there was one point in time in the past, I've had some feelings about the feminine. I'm like, you had, like, you didn't just get through doing all them damn Mortal Kombat maneuvers on me. Oh, well, I said, no, I'm going to let you tell the story. You tell the story, babe, because it's your shit. We're going to get free tonight. Shit. All of us gonna get free tonight.
Like, I just love her humor. Mortal Kombat moves. Yeah. So did you finished me? Yeah. You definitely came with the finishing move.
Hell yeah. Kali taking heads and taking names. Shit.
Yeah.
Cause she like, it's your head, it's your logic that's fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how to be in a relationship. You don't know how to be healthy. You don't know how to love yourself, have self-worth. Like, she ain't having sex with you, and you pulling up on her with a whole lot of circulating toxic energy. She don't even drink bottled water out the store unless y'all in a fucking desert and there's nothing else to drink. Yeah. And even then, she's transmuting that shit, singing to it and speaking to it and praying over it and calling forth ancestors. And dropping. How you think? And this new energy, nigga? No, that other shit ain't gonna work. All that kissing me on the neck and no. Love is anchored in truth and realness, where sometimes that shit hurts. And when you are in the middle of a war, you cannot always try to save everybody, and you can't even try to save your spouse. But what you can do is focus on loving yourself and them. And by you focusing on anchoring yourself in that energy and pulling yourself out of the inferiority, the self-hatred that you have, the negative self-talk that you have, all that shit is bullshit. It don't serve us. It helped us at one time. It's not helping us no more. We don't need that. Be done with it. I keep telling you, it's a choice. You're choosing to be a victim to the feminine.
Yeah.
By not dealing with it. So
start with myself. Yeah.
And we were sitting in there, and he had a really hard time with that. He was like, I really love you, though. I want to be with you. I was like, how you feel about the dark goddess? How do you feel about magic? How do you feel about when the shit get dark? I mean, when you know that you dealing with some deep subconscious shit manifesting, and you're like, I need a protection spell or something. because I know this energy out here is it feeds. Remember the blob on Ghostbusters? So like feed that shit. If you're become a feeding source for it, they just go hang around you and wait till you drop below the veil of consciousness and just do all kinds of shit. I mean, we can't. You can't even hate them for it. I don't hate the devil. I ain't got no hatred for nobody at this point. I don't hate racist people. I don't like. I ain't got no time for hate. I'm too focused on my greatness to be focused on what I hate.
Yeah. I think that was a huge challenge, has been a very huge challenge for me, is making assuring myself by focusing on that which I want to be attracting, because I can default into negativity so fast and so easy that that's what will continue to be attracting and flowing towards me. And so after after falling and getting and falling and falling and falling, I get to the place to where I'm tired of that. You know what I'm saying? And okay, I think I talked about it a couple of videos ago, where every single thought, I gotta take hold of every thought in order to make sure that I'm choosing to move or make the right decision. But that part been hard. Yeah,
We be on the
that
battlefield.
part been hard.
We be on the battlefield. And he be so fucking mad at me. He be like, I'm not swinging my sword. I ain't, no. And I be like, nigga, did you not just see that shit come up and try to cause division between us? It came through you this time. Typically does. I'm not mad about it though. I'm ready to get past some of it, but I'm learning. I'm learning how to stand at the back of my man, not in a disempowered space.
And I used to hate it. That was a huge thing too. As a man, when you find yourself being triggered in ways that is not, you know that, because after the fact we always will talk about it, and it'll be like, you see how you responded as a wounded child. And I'm like, yeah. And so I hated that. You know what I'm saying? I was to the point that I hated that shit with a
Sometimes
passion.
it take 15, 20 minutes to get to the yeah. But his yeahs don't come that easy.
No, denial.
There we go.
Denial. Yes.
Heal, baby. Keep it real,
Yes.
so you can
Denial.
keep it healed.
Oh yeah. That is one of the defense mechanisms of being traumatized. And if you're being traumatized, denial, whether you want to admit how you truly feel, or you don't want to admit how you truly feel or what you was thinking, you know, yeah, I've got to the place to where just now, like right now,
It's really that fresh.
yeah, like right now, it's like, okay, this is what it is. And I have to accept it. And I have to call it out. But again, that sunken place of being in a state of just totally hating myself, because I come to the realization that fuck, I'm struggling with this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm overwhelmed with all of the, basically it's like overwhelmed with all of the blows constantly coming from every direction. You know what I'm saying? The way that I would find myself being triggered and responding and reacting to stuff, and it's like, oh, I hate this shit. You know what I'm saying? I hate that about myself. But then I had to come to the truth of what you hate it for. You won't be able to overcome it by putting the energy of hate out towards it. And like she stated earlier, it's about nurturing that inner child wound, or whatever wound it is, whatever traumatized event that occurred that caused me to have some type of out against the feminine. Like she said, you know what I'm saying? From the upbringing to the bad relationships, you know what I'm saying? That shit, it affects you, you know what I'm saying? And you don't think it affects you at the time, like it affects you to the point to where, yeah, you might lose a little sleep, you might cry over it, but you get on over it. But then you go on. But then when you really gotta get in here and allow somebody to get in here and in here, when it's time to really open up, that's when all of this you realize that, whoa. And most of the time, for me, that was the part that was like this right here.
And I, I sympathize, but I be mad too.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, how in the fuck do we blame the construct? And we the motherfucking construction workers that is working through to create the very things that we know no longer serve us or the world, for that matter. There's a level of surrendering to the feminine. If you don't know what the feminine encompasses and represents, I highly recommend you research that so that you can identify the imbalances in your relationship with feminine energy. These men in the conscious community, they hurting so bad where they like, fuck black women. I don't even know what else to do. I'm a fuck a whole lot of them, but fuck them. You fucking them and you like, fuck them. The shit's confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's going on here? But the illusion is peeling back, and it's just like, yes, you all have been genetically modified to hate one another. And we've been trying our best.
Like you said.
And look,
we ain't been loving each other.
We have not. The art of war. The art of war. Do you know what the main weapon is? It's love. It ain't but one kind. One real kind. Unconditional. Show me your shit. I show you mine. We will not judge each other. We will not enable each other. We will help each other grow. That is what the twin flame journey is about. So for those of you who are already in twin flame situations or on your way into them, because it's happening, because astrologically it is happening. So a lot of us are crossing paths with twin flames. A lot of us are discovering that maybe a best friend we had for forever, and it's a fucking twin flame. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, I think you're my twin flame. They're like, oh shit, I was thinking the same thing the other day, but I ain't want to say nothing to be weird. Like, it's happening like that. So like, we're going through it for you. Because I mean, nothing or no one could have prepared for this. The level of trauma this man got to deal with. I mean, all of the shit. I don't even fully know all of the shit in my maternal DNA. The epigenetic trauma that was genetically engineered within me. I don't even know. I'm just scraping the surface. It gets so bad where if he touched me, I jump. And I'm like, oh, babe. That startled me. He was like, I didn't mean to. And I'm just like, I'm in a space right now. And some stuff is sitting right on the surface, and it don't take much when I'm there. For him to be present with me in that, he got to go into his masculine space. But because of the fucking food, the soy, all that shit, and this does not mean that he's still not accountable for how he treat me, but I do acknowledge and recognize that he has been weaponized. So that's why when I talk to y'all about this dark energy entering, these men right here create fear. Even President Hoover was like, yo, if these people get organized for real, like, there is not going to be us. Like, if we were not capable of loving each other while we wounded, see, water is matter. Matter is mother. So what do you see happening? These dark forces are using law enforcement and courts to keep us being at war with one another, because if we unite, we'll be able to accomplish what we could not accomplish before. This is the real reason why the Black Panthers was such an issue. When the women start getting on board with the men, I mean, really, for me, I'm not an expert in this in our history, but to me, when the women really got on board, that shit really got moving. You know why? Because that's that portal energy. That portal energy. So we've been in the energy. The reason why he get, and I said this right before the Lionsgate portal, when I was channeling, we went to Mount Shasta, I said, for all the men here, I just, as the oracle, I gotta get this off my chest. But the karmic debt that you have to the feminine is so fucking great. You must start now healing. You must start now. Don't talk to me about no credit score and paying off debts and shit to the same people that oppress us. I get that. You're playing the game to get ahead. But what about the real shit? Have you, I don't give a fuck what your issue is with your mama. You still fucking appreciate. If she took you through hell on earth, how did I get here? I got here because ain't no malice in my heart at all. I get it. I know pain. I know trauma. I know that it causes abuse, narcissism, borderline personality, bipolar, manic depression, addiction. I mean, look, they just put out a whole new DSM. I want to say it's the 5th one. They just had to put out a new one because they got so many new mental illnesses and shit with the pandemic and shit happening. Like literally, the underworld opened up and then they hit us with 5G. It's like, whoa. Like we're going through more traumatic shit on top of the ancient trauma we're healing. Like, yo, if you don't learn how to bring love to this shit, it is going to drive you crazy. I'm holding this man down right now, but I know that there's going to come a time where that investment that I'm making in him is going to be invested back into our family. So it's like, we go ride like that. Yeah. So the same way I can be like, no, nope, 7-Eleven is not open 24/7 anymore. I don't need a vaccination card, but I definitely need a card of authenticity because I don't know what energy is riding you right now. And I'm not feeling it. That hurts though. That hurts to have so much tension in between you and your woman that you fucking allergic to each other intimately because you're holding on so tight to the shit you think keeping you safe and soothing you. But it's making you weak. It's making you weak. The woman has been so strong. And I'm not, and look, I'm not trying to cause more separation and division, but y'all got to be real about this shit. From every fucking angle. All of the data that's been coming in to us for thousands and thousands of years, all through the age of Pisces, 2,000 plus years, probably go back further than that. It's been, don't trust a woman. Is she a Jezebel? If she know how to use herbs and crystals and shit, she better not sync her cycle with the moon. Oh shit, that bitch is a witch. She either bitch or a witch or a hoe. So all the music, bitch, witch, hoe, thought, bitch, witch, hoe, they got all that programming. Then for the men, that was like, okay, it's something that's a little extreme. I'm just gonna go to church. At church, the Bible like, Eve a hoe. Eve is such a fucking devious shadow. She out here fucking snakes. I mean, eating fruit. You can't help but see some type of sexual exchange of energy, right? And then she's the one that it wasn't Adam. The man he's fucking innocent now, right? She fucked it all up for you. Now you bleeding. It hurt when you had babies. That shit affect being a little boy sitting in Sunday school, hearing some shit like that. This shit is still in his subconscious mind and it's coming out. It's coming out because it's got to be healed. And so when it come out, it'd be like, and I'd be like, okay, let me help him. I'm in the fucking eye of the hurricane. Let's guide this motherfucker. Okay? We don't want to destroy our foundation. But it's a storm upon us.
Yeah. So I got to read these stages. Okay. So, this is just some insight dealing with twin flames, or we're just gonna say relationships in general, but definitely soulmate, twin flame dynamic. And there is several stages, and I'm just gonna start with stage 5. Stage 5 is outer turmoil and inner purging. It say in this stage there is trouble in paradise. As the ecstasy from the initial meeting period wears off, egos start to flare up. Suddenly, differences in opinion, taste, and personality arise, and old core wounds emerge out of the gloom. While our twin flames share and mirror our deepest needs, desires, and dreams, they also tend to mirror our shadow selves. Time to get another one there. For example, if you are an emotionally repressed person, your twin flame will likely be emotionally explosive.
I read this shit and I was just like, okay, so I guess I'm the repressor and he's the explosive one. But it does change depending on what season we're in and depending on what's happening astrologically.
Yeah. If you tend to be arrogant, your twin flame will most likely be uncertain and quiet. In this way, our twin flames challenge us, riling up our insecurities. This can be infuriating, devastating, and very painful. While all the arguing and fighting in this stage may seem disastrous, the truth is that it is necessary for our growth. Without being provoked, without seeing ourselves for who we really are, we live in illusion and fail to grow soulfully. But this is certainly hard to realize when you're going through such turbulence in your relationship. Stage 6, the runner and chaser. As tensions mount, it is common for one partner, or sometimes both, to emotionally or physically withdraw and run away, and another to pursue in a game of cat and mouse. Sometimes this involves emotional shutdown and silent treatments. Other times this involves physical separation, and in extreme cases, the permanent termination of the relationship. In this stage, twin flames experience a trial by fire. While some relationships last and are strengthened, others crumble to pieces. As mentioned at the start, this is all dependent on each partner's soulful maturity. Sometimes one partner leaves for many years and then returns, only to repeat the cycle once again. The chaser, on the other hand, tends to be the more mentally and emotionally mature partner of the two, trying to sort everything out and make amends.
But it's good, right? Because we get a lot of great information and we built a whole fucking business to help people figure out what the fuck to do when you get into this phase of your awakening and your masculine and feminine is wanting to heal, it might want to show up externally, you know?
Stage 7, surrender and dissolution. Once the shadow of your relationship has been revealed, you may experience a period of surrender. After so much anguish, distress, and provocation, you both begin to open up about your wounds and insecurities. In this stage, it is common to experience a lot of ego dissolution and soulful expansion. As the ego relaxes, powerful lessons are learned about the nature of oneself and the nature of the other. As you begin learning how to work through your differences, the maturity of your relationships deepen and thus strengthens. It is common to go through stages 6 and 7 many times throughout your relationship. Now, stage 8, oneness. As the problems in your relationship become increasingly easy to deal with, you will enter a period of soul reunion. In stage 8, it is common for you both to find a shared meaning, passion, or cause that brings you a mutual sense of fulfillment. As the ego continues to relax, virtues such as forgiveness, understanding, empathy, and patience are learned. The more you both work through each issue that comes your way vigilantly, the more you experience the sensation of oneness or ego neutralization.
Like, that's it. So when we finish with this, we're gonna take everything and put it on the website and give you the links so that you can do your own research and build with this. Keep in mind, all twin flame shit does not only apply to romantic relationships.
True.
It applies to any relationship where that soul is mirroring something or projecting something to get your attention. So I want to get rid of that myth, because that's a common myth. The whole twin flame thing is just a recognition that our souls are fragmented. Even as a soul tribe, we have a resonance because of the signatures, our galactic signatures, and the fragments of our souls and our experiences sit here. So you don't have to be in a relationship to use this information. Now, the very first, I pulled a card for us tonight, so I'm gonna get into the tarot card part for tonight. Okay. Shout out to y'all for just being fucking incredible and present and being with us tonight. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting us. Shout out to Ani Asaru. Check out his channel. Shout out to Diamond. Thank you, sis. You know what it is. Like, we go build and grow. TV. You know what I'm saying? Go to Pretty Blind Eyes channel. Check her out. She's fucking dope. You know, she has basically called me the master teacher. And I was just like, whoa, I ain't ready for that one. She was like, no, sis, your messages say something different, you know? So shout out to her. Shout out to the people who have been supporting us. And shout out to the people, and you know, I mean that from my heart, because it's just, there's been some stuff going on in the conscious community where communication is breaking down and you don't really know why. And you feel like because you're dealing with somebody who conscious is awakened, and their heart chakra is right operating, like, are they not feeling what we're feeling? Like, why does it seem like there's so much division and separation in the conscious community right now? We're at war with each other. And I believe it's a very specific frequency that you can use. I have the fucking receipts for everything. So if you are not a member of the website, become a member of the website, because the censored shit, that real restricted as Area 51 level information, I am taking a huge risk to get this to y'all. Because if we don't understand the weapons being used against us, how do you understand anything you ain't even came to understand yet? You don't even realize this shit is operating over your head, over your crown chakra yet. You really have to go into that shit, investigate, and break that shit down. So I can't do this in this setting. So
that's what the Patreon was.
That's why the Patreon is there.
Yes.
That's why we have the events. Like, we're going to get that together, right? And I'm going to do the next event on this war on consciousness. And I'm going to go deep. And that I'm not fucking playing with this rabbit hole shit. I'm not. The ancestors told me to fuck it up. Second, it told me. So I expect to see at least half of y'all show up for real. If you for real about getting this information, you're gonna show up, because you're gonna feel a resonance. So, you know, we going through a lot of shit right now for people who's trying to be truthers. But it breaks my heart to see the breakdown in the community.
The communication.
People not really talking to each other, being honest with each other. I think it's because, again, reasons. I think people just don't feel safe to do so. I think people feel like I can't express how I feel, you know? I think, like, as content creators in the conscious community, it's not a whole lot of couples doing what we're doing and been doing what we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And, like, so it's just, like, it's hurtful. Because you like, I don't even know what the fuck happened. How did communication break down? What happened? What did I do? So that's why we want to make sure that we extend our appreciation to the people and this ain't got shit to do with, we don't need nobody to agree with every fucking thing that we say. None of that. Just keep it real with us. Just keep it real.
That's all.
That's it. Like, we not with the shit. We not with that funny shit. We not with exposing people. We not out here put like none of that immature shit right there. We don't do that shit. So if you ever see us do some shit that seem immature, know that it took a whole lot of shit for us to get there, because that's just not shit we do.
It was just bubbling up. But even at that point, we ain't with that shit.
We're gonna take it to the ancestors, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take it to the spirit realm and be like, this is going on, and we're gonna process that shit like that. So like, it's just a certain kind of way we gotta learn how to move with each other to start treating each other like we are divine. Everybody calling each other gods and goddesses and shit, but like nobody is really addressing each other with sacred respect.
That's right.
And authenticity. Like, so stop complaining about the powers that was and what they doing. We're like, we hold power.
That's right.
When we are no longer disempowered by our ego.
Okay. And so this was Gari Devi.
Yeah, Gari Devi is who I pulled for us tonight, y'all. Champion of the sweet souls with fierce hearts who are underestimated and passed over. She who is gentle as the deer and ruthless as the lioness, who is the capacity within the awakened heart to rise, to overcome obstacles, to have faith without any evidence of victory, and to rally the spirit until the right moment to act and when is felt. That's some shit you feel. That's not some shit you look for to see that it's real. You feel it first. You feel it inside of you. And then you set the intention. You hold that fucking intention. And this is what I am manifesting. This is the vibration I'm choosing to manifest with. Anything that's anti this, it's got me fucked up. It's got no place in my life right now. This is, god damn it, people go quit making me feel like I'm nobody and passing me fucking by. We ain't doing that no more. I'm here. I'm waking up. I ain't sleep no more. I'm figuring out who I am, and I'm figuring out my power. And I'm not going to let people's perception of me make me not walk in my truth. Ashe, thank you for that. I love it. Yes.
Yeah. May it return back to you, multiplied in abundance.
Tisha, I just saw 333 today too. I took a screenshot. I be taking screenshots. I be like, people probably wouldn't even believe we be seeing this shit that much. But we had 333, 444, 555. None of it was intentional. We one watching the clock, and I was like, whoa, okay. Like, today is gonna be amazing. So, she is non-conformity and the freedom to be one true self. Recognize your own beauty and value irrespective of whether another has the capacity to behold it at this time. You shall shine. Don't look for the 3D matrix and none of your own 3D shit to support you in a 5D consciousness, if that is the earth that you are choosing to be on. Fuck that. Shine. You have value. The divine feminine is often misunderstood. She is stereotyped as weak and passive, and therefore underestimated or dismissed, or as devouring and castrating. So is feared or spurned. Yet she is not one thing or the other. She is the wisdom of what is needed. Gauri is the secret softness and light that is part of Kali. We could call her Kali's bright shadow. Gauri is domesticity and accessibility.
May they return back to you multiplied.
Where Kali is wildness and mystery. Gauri is bejeweled with gems, Kali with skulls. Gauri is dressed beautifully in sumptuous attire. Kali is naked, smeared in ash and blood. Gauri shows how to operate within social systems, while Kali rejects and disrupts social conditioning. So at the same time, Kali has been working through me to lead, to help us neutralize our ego and disrupt the fucking social conditioning that keeps us stuck in bondage and limitations, Gari shows up to operate within the social system without losing yourself. So you can still go into the matrix, do what you need to do, but make sure you come back to yourself. Gari creates harmony and connection while Kali is autonomous and independent. Gari is cultured, while Kali is untamed. Go back in there. We almost done. Go back in there and lay down. It's almost time for bed for you too. You absolutely sleepy. Listen to your brother and go do what he's saying. Don't ask me for what we talked about. I told you what the circumstances will be with that. Go do what he's saying. So Gari gives and Kali takes things away. Both work toward the same purpose of protecting and empowering the soul by whatever method will work at that moment. Both are manifestations of the one feminine divinity. One story holds that Kali went to the river to wash and she emerged fair as Gari. Soon after, a demon lurked nearby. Her dark skin reemerged, and that was the end of the demon. One lesson from this story is that our fierceness is always within us. We can trust in that and relax into our gentler and more easygoing side. Fierceness in the context of Kali is fierce wisdom. We do not need to cultivate an inherently violent way of being, but rather allow fierce wisdom to spontaneously arise when it is needed. This story also shows us that there are times to embrace the darkness and there are times to shed it. We can move into a lighter mood as a way of growth and healing, knowing the dark wildness is within when needed to overcome a potential obstacle. It will destroy what threatens to compromise your light, true light, not your false light that comes from your false self. And then it can be at rest once more. This is not something we have to contrive. Instead, we can practice allowing for instinctive wisdom to guide us. In another story, a terrible demon attacked a royal city. None of the powerful local men could defeat it, and great concern arose among the local people. It was said that only a virgin woman could have the power to conquer this energy. None of the women could manage it until the responsible, kind, noble, and courageous goddess Sita stepped forward. She transformed herself into Kali and destroyed the demon as if she were snapping a branch. She was so intimidating in her awesome power. It is said her powerful husband, the magnificent god Rama, begged her to return to her domesticated form. I get like this sometimes, and I know that there gonna be some times where he probably gonna beg me to return to my domesticated form. But dark times call for the dark goddess. And we're dealing with a lot of demons and hauntings and ghosts and trauma.
Thank you, Yaya.
She obligingly did, donning her beautiful clothing and neat hair once more. Yet, beneath that kind mantle of a civilized and cultured woman is sufficient divine power and ferocity to be a complete badass when need be.
Yeah, that's that look right there.
There are times to allow and others to set clear boundaries. All can be an act of love. Keep telling y'all, love is dark. Real love is dark. You ain't experienced real love until somebody sit in that darkness with you. And I'm not talking about accepting abuse, because y'all already see how we operate over here. Like, y'all ain't gonna never have to see no shit like that. Like, he know what's up. He know. Like, I give him a lot of rope. But I'm saying, I give you a lot of rope, though. I'm just saying, you know. He knows. Do you not know, or do you know? What have you seen happen between me and other men? You like?
I know, but that ain't.
I'm
that
just
ain't my
saying
nature, though. I don't.
See, you see it? Y'all see it?
What?
A trigger just happened. He just said it ain't his nature. This the same Mortal Kombat motherfucker who got combination moves that I ran out of plays. I ain't had no more combo moves. He just said that ain't his nature. That might not be your synthetic. I mean your ancestral.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But your nature has been created and cultivated by the engineering. I just gave one story. I can give another. Abraham's wife Sarah was so fucked up about the fact that she couldn't give him no baby. She went and got another woman to sleep with him and give him a baby. Tolerated that woman being there and everything. That's love. How many men in the Bible did that shit? How many men in the Bible said, okay, you want to have a baby and I'm not able to meet that need for you? Didn't. And whenever a woman did use her power in seduction, she was called a devil or Jezebel.
Yeah.
Even worse, Mary. Mary ain't did shit. Jesus' mama, mythologically, she ain't did nothing. She get pregnant, and she like, this was a spiritual pregnancy. Even her man was like, hold up, ho. That, no, I don't know about that. And it took them to stone her, to get ready to stone him, for him to snap out of his ego and be like, wait a minute, I need to protect this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that one story. But Mary still wore that title of, oh, I think you lying. And the whole town was like, that whole lying.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to keep going? We keep going. He just said it wasn't his nature. You see how I come? I get it though. Out of love, you don't want to sit in public and say, yeah, I definitely be getting out of line energetically.
Yeah, I thought you was referring to like physical shit. Like, yeah.
That's old earth.
Okay.
Like what the fuck? Whether it's a black eye or whether you keep poking me in my third eye, making me seem like what I'm intuitively picking up is wrong, it is what it is.
Facts.
There's no need to split hair. But see, this is how you get healed. The more real you can be about it and call that shit like it is, I promise you, you'll get past that shit quicker. Yeah. You won't be in the sunken place as much. I'm telling you, y'all will be like, damn, I'm done with that. Move to the next thing. Heal the next thing. Damn, I'm done with that. Damn, I'm telling you, if you're not healing, it's because you ain't being reeling. You ain't reeling. Ashe, thank you for that. 555. I love it. We saw that today too.
Thank you.
But I'm just saying, like this what real love really look like in the new earth, in this 5D consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes on to say, and there's so many more stories that came up today, and I was like, whoa, I was like, damn, even if you weren't listening to hip hop, your ass is getting programmed at church to dislike me, to dislike everything that the awakening has awakened within me to become.
Yeah.
Some truths are hard to accept.
Yeah.
And I ain't got no judgment on them for that.
That's tough.
You need my fan? You want to break through some, you need my fan?
What is you talking about? No. Really?
You sweating? How free do you want to be? If you hot, then fan, nigga.
I'm hot because of the Dre. You silly.
I'm just saying, like, we get free over here. It's like, oh, that shit gay. He got a fan. Be like, nah, this shit be a weapon if I need to be. Don't get it twisted. It might look like a fan. I don't know, just fan that mofo until you feel some breeze. Oh, this nigga get hot. Blame it on the alcohol. All right. So it goes on to say, there's a story from the Hindu saint that is devoted. Hold on, let me go up. Okay, so this shit is all an act of love, y'all. Everything you're going through is an act of love that you created for yourself to experience in a simulation to find love for yourself and to find love from the things that seem to have broken you beyond repair. It says, it is loving to communicate in a way others can understand. Some cannot understand gentleness, and they require different language to know your boundaries and your need for respect. I'm not apologizing for that. No more. It says, there is a story from the Hindu saint devoted to Kali, Sri Ramakrishna. He speaks of a snake who was terrifying the villagers, biting and killing them with his venom. And one day, a sage encountered the snake in the field and taught them about compassion. The snake no longer attacked the villagers, and they no longer feared the snake as a consequence. And one day, the traveling sage returned to the village only to find that it had been severely injured following an attack by some local boys.
Michael, you all right?
With compassion for the snake, the sage taught him that just because he no longer wanted to bite the villagers did not mean that he could not hiss. He had swung too far from Kali toward Gauri. Y'all hear that? When you swing, you want to have balance between your light and dark, between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Okay. It's about integrating and getting balance.
Thank y'all. Yeah.
He needed to find a way to accomplish his purpose with compassion, but with wisdom too. Feel good, don't it?
Yeah.
Be feeling good to me too.
Yeah.
Sure. So when Gauri Devi arises in a reading, you are asked to check your boundaries and tune in to your capacity to hiss, to realize you are entitled to be kind, but also to be respected. If you have seen yourself as a badass, it is time to embrace your softer side. Oh, especially the masculine. He'd be like, no, I don't want to be soft. Like, that's against my nature. He get talking to nature board, talking shit. Like, nigga, we're not doing that. It's time to switch up energies.
Definitely.
I be telling her, I be like, hey, if you don't be soft, sometimes you almost have to take on that feminine energy. Like, depending on how your feminine is feeling. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need to go the same way I'll go into my masculine energy and hold structure and safe space for him while he's going through his phases. Sometimes I need him to switch up too, to be able to switch up your principles and move in them and use the characteristics of each principle. That's the whole purpose in awakening and becoming whole. So it's time to switch up. I've definitely been a badass. So now I'm having to be soft and patient and compassionate. And I be like, I'm used to whooping ass. But this is different. This hit different. You know what I'm saying? So if you have been soft and doubted your ability to stand up for yourself, you have simply forgotten that you are also Kali. Play with the balance. Play with what resonates and know that if you allow for it, the divine will spontaneously arise from within and in whatever form shall accomplish the task. Take responsibility for the consequences of your actions while trusting in her methods that flow through you. Now here is a prayer. If that resonated with you, you can just ashe to this. And this is energy. We're talking about energy here. Energy does not judge. The laws of the universe don't judge. Laws and energies, they operate with specific protocols. We got a lot more free will than it seems right now. And we just have not been choosing. We've been being fucking victims and prey and trying to be sheep and love and light all the time. And nobody respects us. Nobody, like, your boundaries is like fucking invisible. It's like, damn. And you start, all of a sudden people don't like you because you're enforcing boundaries. You ain't even answering the phone every time they call. You ain't texting every time. You be needing time alone. You be needing time to do your divination. You be needing time to sit with yourself and do some shadow work and figure out what the fuck is it going on with your life. Why is there a disconnect? So like this is the time for you to switch it up. So whichever extreme you've been in, start going to the other direction so that you can get some balance. So here's the invocation, okay? So you can say this following prayer. Again, just ashe when I complete saying it. Beloved Kali Ma and Gauri Devi, you are dark night and bright day. You are wisdom and compassion. I quiet my mind to dispense with conditioned responses and tune in to the authenticity of your presence within my heart. I feel feel for your instinctive, spontaneous arising. I trust in your method and your greater guiding purpose, which benefits all beings. Ja Ma Kali, Ja Ma Gari Devi, Ja Ma. Ashe.
Ashe.
Now you can place your hands in prayer at your heart. You may see, sense, and feel, visualize a swirling interplay of fierce dark night and clear serene day. These energies actually support each other, rising and falling as needed. They are completely instinctive and trustworthy. You may sense the presence of the mother of light within the day and the mother of darkness within the night. Sense how you are empowered and spiritually protected in all ways. Allow that feeling of inner security and spiritual love to shine from your heart in all directions, through all dimensions, for the spiritual benefit of all beings. And when you are ready, take in a deep breath to honor Gari and exhale fully to honor Kali. You have completed your ritual. Breathe that in.
Forgot to use these.
I'll never forget. Put them on me because that's what it's been. So I hope y'all feeling this energy. Like, we appreciate y'all. Get them mics up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is helping you, I'm telling you, I go out and I try to find what my soul needs, because I'm just so sick of redundant, repetitive shit that ain't helping. Y'all, I know it's my perfectionist. It's that Virgo in me. But I'd be like, I'm not going to stop until I find, no, it's a fucking solution. No. I had to tell him, no, there's a solution to this. That we are going to be quantum entangled. The universe has aligned this shit to happen. But if I feel like I'm trapped and I can't be my authentic self, because you're more comfortable with the false self and the illusions of your own inner minds, I can't support you in that, because I don't want to be on that earth. I see what's happening to people that exist in that consciousness. They're being completely taken over. Their whole consciousness is being transferred into something else that we don't even really know what it is. These D-Wave and quantum computers ain't just here for nothing. CERN ain't here for nothing. These portals ain't opening for nothing. Like, come on, open y'all eyes and see. I told him, you don't own me. We've been calling. Not sure what that was. I bet you something you had.
Yeah, okay.
He be having gadgets and tools and shit.
It was
something
something
like
I
a tool.
had. Maybe, I mean, the
If
kids
it
been in the
was-
kitchen. It was something I had.
Look at you taking accountability for shit that you might not even be accountable for. I see you doing your shit there. Talk your shit there, divine masculine.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I was just like, look, I'm going to.
Right.
I'm fully accepting the fact that I am here to help people who are damned.
Thank you, Patrick.
May that return to you. Ashe.
Yeah.
I'm
Much
here
love
to
to
help
you.
the souls who are damned. I was chosen, and if you're going to be with me, I'm not going backwards. I'm not regressing to make you comfortable. I'm not regressing to make me comfortable. We keep each other in bondage when we do that. If we go be having conflict, let that shit be real so we can heal. I don't want to exist in a fantasy or an illusion. But I told him,
So
I feel trapped.
You can feel.
Yep, I feel trapped. I feel like we're allergic to each other, and it's been genetically engineered. Some just be getting in the way. And we gonna figure this shit out, because we agreed to this whole twin flame mission, this alchemy to become soulmates. We go work it through. But you're gonna have to free me. I'm already doing the work to free myself. But to clear your karmic debt to the feminine, to renegotiate your contract with the feminine, with your soul, I am that representative, and you can do that through me. If you want a relationship with me, you just do it through your own feminine energy and whatever feminine energy may be present externally in your life. Using plant medicines is feminine energy. Certain crystals hold feminine energy. There are many ways you can do this. Walking barefoot outside, feminine energy. So many different ways that you can tap into feminine energy. Water is very feminine energy. Taking a spiritual bath, feminine energy. You know, so many ways, not just one way. And sometimes here resort to these coping mechanisms that's toxic feminine energy that causes more separation. And I'm like, we're not doing it no more. So I've already set myself free, but some of the bondage that I'm in, you had part in. And so I'm going to share that with you and let you experience setting me free from your own constructs, beliefs, things that make you uncomfortable. When a fierce feminine show up in the world don't like her. She's going to be a bitch, witch, slut, hoe, thought, and they will make up new names. So I was like, I'm going to need you to ride with me the way I ride with you, because we on the fucking attack. And we can make love in the middle of war. Can we make love on the battlefield?
Yes, we can.
Somebody told us we couldn't.
They said it was hard. It's impossible.
So we have a movie clip, a clip from a show that we've been watching called Rain. Something I would never usually watch. But when spirits speak, you'd be like, okay. I watched it and I saw something today. It took my breath away. My heart chakra just fucking exploded. And I looked at the Mayan calendar and I was like, baby, make sure you go over the Mayan calendar, because I see why we experience what we're experiencing. And the feminine right now, the reason why the planet has not been healing, because she's been like this. My womb space is his. I gotta let him tell me what to do with it. He don't have one, but I gotta let him tell me what to do with mine. My wild, ferocious dark side, when motherfuckers start pulling up on you and coming for you, you don't want the housewife beside you in that moment. You need her to go into that Kali mode, that segment mode where she's like, no, fuck that. Justice. With you, baby. Now it's the masculine's turn to be like, I'm with you. We dropped the ball. We got our ass beat. We got buck broke, raped. They took us to other plantations to make babies with other women. We lost connection. You became the thing that represents everything that I lost. And I'm uncomfortable with loss, so you're everything that I hate. We got to get out of this space. The divine feminine is allowing the masculine to assist in creating this new earth. And we want to symbolically show you what it looks like. So even this, you haven't figured it out, huh?
You so funny, girl.
He got to find them buttons. He got to find the buttons.
You free.
Yes. I'm
so
free. I'll be acting a motherfucking fool on this channel. So if your kid's uncomfortable with me cussing, he look, y'all, we did it. We did it publicly. You know what I'm saying? So this, you can't fake this. A lot of people have been putting on a show for people. This is really what it is. And people that know us in the background tell you, no, that's how they act. That's really how they act. That's really how they are. But you can make love in war. So don't let this war on consciousness make you feel like your light side, it ain't got no place. It does. Give that love to yourself. Stop trying to save everybody. You can't. You can love. But if you focus on love, then you will become salvation. We've been trying to just be salvation. skipping over the love. That's why we fucked up. That's why we emulate and duplicate and replicate instead of actually being the blueprint, the template to co-create.
Wordsmith. Ashe.
Absolutely.
Ashe.
Word Jackson. My last name Jackson. So the energy for the day, babe.
Word. It is the blue rhythmic storm. The blue rhythmic storm.
Yeah, I remember all last year was blue rhythmic storm energy. We was in blue storm energy, remember?
Yes.
So it's like today is like that cosmic clock.
And of course, today being the last day of the galactic month, it is also a galactic portal. Yes, of activation. Yep. Today is guided by self-generation. And I'll read
I told you, didn't it? Like, if you get plugged up to all this voltage, and we have been, you got to learn how to self-generate. You have to learn how to self-soothe, reparent
in a positive
yourself.
way.
Yes.
That's
Not with the
to
coping
yourself and
mechanisms.
harmful
Right.
to your mate. Yeah.
Anything that you are doing that causes harm to people that you care about is not self-care or self-love. That's selfishness. Okay?
Yeah.
Self-care and self-love, it allows you to operate in harmony where other needs are being met as well. So if your self-care or self-love is causing like really like harm, like really like him being high, it don't work for us because we can't connect deeply. When he get high, he get shallow. When I get high, I get deep. So can you imagine? He in shallow water, I'm in deep water. We can't swim together. Ain't no synchronized dance happening. So for some people, that's their thing and it helps them be deep. So now he has to reach for something else. And smoking is a very sexual movement. The inhaling, the puffing and blowing. So you can do breathing exercises. You can sit there and breathe until your ass start releasing natural DMT. Like real talk.
Yeah.
This man is so healthy. His body is so strong that he can sit and do that. He don't be tapping in. I'd be like, dude, I be dizzy as fuck trying to do them fire breaths. When I get to the 8th one, I'd be like, the earth is spinning. You know what I'm saying? But so it's just reprogramming your subconscious mind and finding new ways to soothe that are not coping mechanisms that sabotage you. Okay.
And the blue rhythmic storm says, I organize in order to catalyze, balancing energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by my own power doubled.
So, your power is doubled. You are not weak.
We said it
You are not a victim. I know how I be feeling. This man went in such a deep victimhood state. I just want to smack the shit out of him. I didn't want to console him. I ain't want to do shit. You know the moments in the movies where you just like, pull yourself together. It was one of the moments. I was like, pull yourself together, because this energy it amplifies everything. So what if you start focusing on the shit that really matters and doing the stuff you know you need to do, knowing that everything is being amplified? We're literally in clear quartz amplification energy in the ethers, in the air, in the astral. Like, what if you really applied yourself? Melanated people lack discipline. We work hard because we've been socially engineered and conditioned to work hard because we're so afraid of poverty. But a lot of us still haven't tapped into abundance. That's because the masculine must do what you saw him do tonight. And it had nothing to do with him giving me permission. That's for him to let go of his patriarchal energy.
Of control.
The feminine. So he can heal. The masculine is not where the healing happens. It's that feminine energy where the healing happens. And that energy is chaotic. And it's unpredictable. But it don't need to be. Don't need to be predictable. We focus on what we see too much. Can you speak things to existence? Fuck yeah, you can. Only reason why gods have power because we have worshipped them and gave it to them. So when we introduce y'all to a deity, an energy, a netta or a risha, a netta root, or whatever it may be, we're not ever telling you to take power away from yourself, but for you to identify that these very energies, there is a oneness, and the mind is all. You just have to shift your focus and your concentration. Once you do that, you can accomplish things that you could not accomplish before you knew about that energy. So it's just like having a kite. You don't know that wind is what's gonna make that kite fly. You just got a kite and you just run around in the house with it, dragging it on the floor. And somebody like, there's an element outside that will carry this in the air, and you could really
take flight. Huh?
Take flight. Take flight. We know these towers and shit warring on our consciousness. I'm going to do these decodings. It be taking me months to put them together. The slideshows and connecting the dots, and for real, I know I do this shit out of love.
Yeah, but they be so fire. If y'all hadn't seen the DMX decoding, go to Patreon. We even got a link. I think we got the link now on the website to the DMX decoding on Patreon, so you all can find it on the website. But
yeah,
she did her thing. Yeah. Oracle, all caps. Definitely.
All caps, but no cap.
No cap. I like that. Yeah, all caps with no cap.
So we enjoyed y'all. I don't think we have any announcements.
Appreciate y'all. Yeah.
We really did. Except for the programs. We're gonna work out some technical issues. I mentioned that yesterday on the live when I was channeling. I'm going to work on some technical issues with some of the programs. I do have a sex magic manifestation program that I already have together and ready. And sometimes we need programs to help keep us on track with all this, because it's a lot. It's a lot going on to happen. Sometimes you need something to keep you on track. However, we're not sure that the program is opening the way that it needs to.
Right.
So we're going to check on that. So if you sent in a request to be a part of that program and we haven't responded, that is why. So just hold up. Bear with us. Yeah, some real good stuff. And y'all know how we do when we do programs. I mean, you just don't never know what you go get, you know? It's just like opening that little box of Cracker Jacks and you be like, yo, sometimes you get a sticker, a whack-ass sticker. But then sometimes it has some really good shit in there where you're like, yo.
Right.
You know? So it's like we like that metaphysical Cracker Jack box. And you know, you know, the ancestors and
thanks
spirit
for the love.
Give us so much to share.
Thank you, Sheila.
Yeah.
And to each and every one of you. Yes. Thank you to all the moderators.
Yes.
One Miss Loving Life. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Ashe.
Love.
Yes.
Anybody's third eye been kissed?
Look at that lotus blooming, opening up that crown, that lavender star seed energy. Y'all see it, the indigo Gabaro. Yeah, we get rid of the energies. We know what it is. You see that face on there, right? You see that face on there. You know what it is, right? You know what it is, right? We're not playing with it. It's a war on consciousness, but we got this because we gonna make love in the middle of war. You know? Like, let's make love on the battlefield. Ain't nobody seen that happen before. Like that.
Making love on the battlefield.
We at war. Like, we know.
And we still good.
And we helping y'all.
That's right. That's right.
We helping y'all. We healing. So at least we got some type of blueprint to be like, yo, you know, like people finna be coming together. Like, I don't know what the fuck happening. I think she's schizophrenic. She's bipolar. She borderline personality. Manic depression, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she's tried to commit suicide, but she healing though. She won't let me touch her. She had sexual trauma. I don't know how to get close to her.
We healing.
But we healing though, you know? So it's like, it's fuck what you see.
That's right.
Claim what it is. Speak it. You are not a victim.
That's right.
You are so fucking powerful and fearsome that the powers that be like,
we gotta stop
what to do. Waxine. We need a vaccine.
We got to cut the consciousness off. Oh, shit. They're going to take over.
The whackers, man. The whackers and the hackers.
That's it.
You know? And it's like, fuck that. I'm going to love this right here. That's mine. You know what I'm saying? Man. Some shit go viral, it just be meant to be.
Yes.
But anyway, like y'all see, I'm a whole fucking comedian. Man, like you gotta laugh at this shit. I'm teaching him how to laugh at himself. This nigga's a fucking. He's one of the best liars, worst liars. Like, how you the best and the worst? I'm like, I don't know where to give you Academy Award or blackball your ass. Like, this nigga will be shooting and be like, I ain't shooting. Like, nigga. The gun is still in your hand. I'm like, don't.
I ain't shooting.
And he be like, that glove don't fit. That glove don't fit me, son. That glove be fitting good. I'm like, I don't know. This might not be an OJ situation. Because right now, that shit fit. Then he be like, damn, niggas wilding out. What kind of niggas doing? They baby mamas and shit. What's going on? I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, you ready to heal some more. So we gonna be real on the show tonight and heal together.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't put no price on this shit. It's priceless. Cause you priceless. Act like it.
We all priceless.
Yes. Act like it. Act like it until that shit manifests.
That's right.
Act like it. Speak the truth. Face the truth.
Yeah.
You healing is not a destination. It is a motherfucking journey.
And we gonna be like this. Get your cup. We all gonna be like, cheers.
We in the underworld, but we gonna make love while they make war, cause that's how we war.
That's right. Yeah, definitely.
Libate to that. Clink, 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 clink. We might get y'all some cups and shit for next time. Oh yeah. Like get y'all red cups and shit. I know y'all be on them red cups from the dollar store. Them just priceless.
Definitely.
They probably got PPA and all kinds of carcinogens in it, but them motherfuckers became trendy.
That's right.
It's like you see the red cup, that's like a cool factor, you know.
What you got in that cup?
We so fucking backwards. We so backwards.
Ain't it? Yes. Solo it is.
Yes. So yes, we have more Kali Lotus Lux.
Get you some.
Get it. It's running out. Actually, the makers of these bottles are not making these anymore. So this is a very limited edition for real now. And
powerful.
Yeah. So when that vendor is done, we go keep this shit rolling. You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary.
That's right.
Yes, and watch.
Because we neutralizing these egos.
Yes, it's not necessary. You use it when it's necessary. You don't when you don't. Yeah. But if your ego is hijacking and hacking your situation and conversations, and you don't even realize your wounds is just fucking taking over. Go to the
website. Yeah.
Read about it. Sit with it, resonate with it. You know, when you're really ready for that transformation, you'll be like, you know what? I got to do something new to get a new outcome.
Yep. www.remnantsgathering.com.
Don't forget to be on the lookout for the email. I'm going to post the flyers. This decoding is going to be on the variants, time travel, genetic editing, mind control, frequencies, all of that. And then once I give you all the scholarship and research, then some type of way, I always give you a fucking solution to the most crazy shit in the world. And I'm so fucking grateful. You know what I'm saying? That I can do that for real. And we're also, as soon as we get off of here, we're going to put everything we talked about tonight on the website, on the blog. I know we got a lot of new people here. We always, when we leave here, we start an after party on Spaces.
Yeah.
In a sacred space where you can read, you can get the information, you can research, you can come back, you can comment, be like, yo, I found this, here's the link to this, that. We got to all do this together, so share stuff with us.
Effort.
Absolutely. It's a collective effort.
Yeah.
So, yes, check out the products. Like I said, we just reduced the prices on the Indigo Gabros. And so check that out. Read about this crystal, like no cap. Read about it for yourself. We got the dark crystal elixir, no cap. Read about it for yourself.
We got citrine and amethyst pendulums.
Need to be doing plenty of divination, plenty of energy clearing over your food, your
Yes.
water is small. You can keep it with you.
Yes.
Like, for real. Do your practice. Get about your shit. Only reason why it seemed like they've been winning
thank
is
you,
because
Starlight.
we be sleeping. We be sleeping and hoping shit go change and not doing anything to change it. That shit is...
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all know it ain't working. But we know what do work.
Yep.
Right? So
Yep.
let's use what we know
That's
our
right.
ancestors used. That's why we
That's right.
started it off with the drums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get to it.
So y'all already know, unless this literally your day one.
They already been saying
Yeah, I already
it.
know. Y'all been beating us to it. Is that what we doing now? I love it. That's what's up. We gonna be on the battlefield, like kissing third eyes, goddamn it. Like,
thank you,
like,
BB Life.
I ain't even got to stab you or shoot you or nothing. I don't just send a beam of love out of my third eye and be done, right?
Yes, yeah. It looked like lips.
Yeah.
Like how what's her name? Gara Devi.
Yep.
Yeah, Gari Devi.
It looked
How she
just
had
like
the
lips.
third eye lip right
Yep.
there. Yep.
Absolutely. So yes, and we're gonna keep doing this work and working with it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what it do. Do I need to say 1, 2, 3? I feel like y'all don't want to miss out on the main part, because for the people who not from Memphis and shit, like, y'all really like to hear us say main. I don't know why, but you know, I guess it is what it is.
All right. You ready?
You gonna do a countdown?
1.
Or we just gonna say it?
No, we can count down.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Man, your third eye has just been kissed.
Peace.
Peace. Yes. Make love and not